What's up, Virgo Collective? Thank you for joining me for your end of year reflection reading. If it's your first time joining me, my name is Keita. And if you are a returning viewer, welcome back. I'm going to be doing a tarot reading for you guys and clarifying with a couple of oracle decks, just so we can kind of tap into the energy of what's been a central theme for you guys as you reflect on this year that's closing out, and get some insight about where you are that may better help inform where you're going. I'm so excited as I'm about to be off work for 2 weeks, and I'm hoping to be able to use that time to get some road opening readings recorded and uploaded for the new year, because I enjoyed doing the ones that I did at the top of 2024. And when I go back and watch those, I'm finding that it was pretty accurate, especially in my personal life. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm able to really identify with the information that came forward. So looking forward to doing that, and just some self-care, watching some movies and chilling, kicking my feet up a bit, getting some stuff done around the house. But when I think about it, like, collectively, we just had the winter solstice. What's today? The 22nd. I think the solstice was either the 20th or the 21st. So we're now officially in winter, which is the time to kind of be in gestation and tapping more into the feminine energy of being in the womb. So identifying safe space and getting in it, you know what I'm saying, enjoying more of it in the company of people who make you feel like safe, that make you feel safe, or our safe space. Prioritizing alone time and solitude, and when you do interact with others, being mindful of interacting with those who make you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's a good time for being in reflection and introspection and resting. Definitely needing to get that rest. Shit is cold. It's cuffing season. So just needing to get comfortable, making sure that your home is cozy. That's the season that we're in. And also enjoying the fruits of our labor, you know what I'm saying? Enjoying the harvest, what we've worked hard for. So I'm going to be doing just that over the next couple of weeks. And I hope the same for you all. I'm not a holiday girl in that way of like looking forward to going to gatherings and I definitely ain't buying no gifts and all that. Like, I'm not. I love the idea of people coming together and celebrating and having a good time, but I'm not for the capitalism of it all. Like, I'm not going broke trying to go buy somebody a gift for what's supposed to be Jesus' birthday, which is not. I just wholeheartedly don't believe that some of the practices as it relates to the holidays and Christmas are things that are Christ-like. So I don't participate in it. But y'all knock yourselves out. I was talking to somebody today who was talking about how stressed they were about buying gifts. Like, man, it's the last thing I would let be a stressor in my life, is what I'm gonna buy, get, or do for somebody else for quote unquote Christ's birthday. Make it make sense. Just saw 411. So this message may be pertinent to some communication coming forward or coming through the throat chakra in some way, or just pointing to the need to really take heed to what it is that I'm about to say. But we're gonna pull from the energy oracle to see what's the best message for the highest good of the Virgo collective as we reflect on this past year. We have what looks like two cards that fell out. Both cards fell face down on the table, and they are anxiety, represented by the number 18, which breaks down to a 9, action, which is represented by the number 17, which breaks down to an 8. And what this is telling me is that there's a cycle that is closing. And up to this point, there's been a lot of anxiety about what action needs to be taken. But as we are reflecting on this past year, for many of you, which that makes sense, especially as it relates to Virgo energy, because y'all are very like analytical and y'all thrive on like shit being perfect and just right. And that being the case, that can bring along a lot of anxiety about things that may even be paralyzing, like having experienced analysis paralysis, where you have overthought the thing to the point where you've not taken action. So for many of you, the lessons that you've learned in this past year have been relative to how anxiety affects your the action that you take or inaction, how it contributes in a way, and for some of you, how the actions you take contribute to your anxiety may be a central thing. But at the top of the deck, you have Healer of the Ages, represented by the number 6. There's a level up in terms of awareness and higher consciousness. So for many of you, you've been healing the fears and anxieties and the nervousness that have either kept you from taking action on something or have influenced the actions that you've taken. You're alchemizing and transmuting that energy into something more effective, efficient, and positive. So I love to see the Healer of the Ages here at the top of the deck, as it signifies that many of you are, I just saw 711, which may be a significant angel number to you, but many of you are raising your level of consciousness. Like you're aware of what your shadows are, what your fears are, and how they affect your day-to-day life. And so you're making changes, you're educating yourself, you're learning, and you're opening your mind, changing your perspective on how you are showing up in the world. So that's dope as fuck. But you got Healer of the Ages at the top of the deck, and at the bottom you got, looks like it's 2 cards that want to reveal themselves. The Man holding a coin. So for some of you, this man holding a coin of Virgo energy. It's either like a Virgo or Taurus energy. But whatever the case, like, again, it's this energy, it affects your day-to-day. You know what I'm saying? It affects your 3D reality. And for some of you, as you raise your level of consciousness, you're attracting more abundance physically in your life, like more money, more wealth, more assets. Also, as this relates to the actions that you take by way of becoming more aware via shadow work, via learning from your experiences, for some of you via therapy, a mentor, whatever the case, knowing what your triggers are and what your fears and anxieties are, and being able to like call a thing, and how it and knowing how it affects your the actions that you take. It is affecting your capacity to be more generous. The man holding a coin is generous. He's not one who thrives or is in survivor mode. He thrives, right? So I love to see this shift taking place for you as you are in a better position physically or financially in some way. For some of you, it's you severing ties with lack consciousness. Regardless of what you got in your bank account or what you make, like having that level of higher consciousness, you know that you have access to the storehouse. Like you're aligning your life with receiving the abundance that is out there for you, regardless of what it looks like now in your 3D reality, and not focusing so much on the future or the past, but learning to enjoy the abundance of the present, like not taking the things that you value presently for granted because you were too worried about what happened in the past and what you ain't got to have a better future. Just enjoying all that is at your disposal in the present. Careful not to take it for granted. And underneath the man holding a coin is the garden and the gate. So many of you, if you have not already, you will find yourself at a point where you are really being pushed out of your comfort zones. You're going to be at a point where it's like you're at a crossroads and you're needing to decide to get out of your comfort zone, some sense of complacency, and to explore the unknown, whether it be in a relationship, a career, a creative endeavor, a spiritual practice. For many of you, you're being led to close out cycles where you've pretty much outgrown it. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you got shoes that are too little. It's time to get some more. You know what I'm saying? They could be your favorite shoes, but they don't fit no more. That's an uncomfortable way to live and take this journey in them too little ass shoes. So for many of you, it's just time to do a new thing, and whatever that new thing is on the other side of the gate of where you're comfortable, the communities that you're comfortable in, the careers you're comfortable in, the relationships that you're comfortable in. On the other side of your comfort zone is your abundance, with this man holding a coin, which could be you being more generous and or being receptive to somebody else, possibly a masculine energy, being more generous with you. Because one thing about abundance, that encompasses giving and receiving. Being able to be generous and give, but also knowing that you are worthy of receiving generosity in return. I'm going to clarify this reading with the Priestess of the Light Oracle, and then close it out with the Soulful Woman deck. And I was led to close it out with the Soulful Woman deck because, again, regardless of if you are masculine or feminine, winter is a time when we are being led to be more in our feminine energy, for sure, like nurturing, resting, receiving, that kind of energy. So one thing that's standing out to me here with the numerology is like how anxiety is represented by the number 18, which breaks down to a 9, and action is represented by the number 17, which breaks down to an 8. So there's a regression or a retrograde type of energy there, where we were asking about reflection, right? So that's telling me that that's the thing that somebody has been reflecting on or needs to reflect on as it relates to some of the key themes that have occurred for you throughout this year. But then with the card on the top of the deck and the bottom of the deck, you got the number 51, which breaks down to a 6, and then at the bottom you had the man holding a coin, which breaks down to a 7, because by way of this reflecting on your relationship with fear and anxiety and the actions that you've taken or how it has influenced your actions, that's the thing that's going to move you forward with 6 and then 7, because that's forward moving, that's progression. So for many of you, progress on this journey looks like taking this time to reflect on where you've been and what you've experienced, what you've learned up to this point, and what you want to take with you moving forward. So Spirit, please clarify the message that's coming forward here for the Virgo collective. For many of you, unwinding it does not come easy for a Virgo energy. So you want to definitely be mindful of where Virgo is in your chart and where you can kind of relax and not be plagued by the disease of perfection when it comes to that particular area of your life. One card fell on top of anxiety. It's represented by the number 18, And it fell on top of the number 18 card, anxiety. In its bright heart light, open connection. Somebody has been nervous or fearful about opening their heart, about being more vulnerable. There's like a fear of intimacy, and that is strongly based on like past heartbreak. Maybe even the chatter of the people around who have planted seeds of doubt or superiority in some way, or inferiority in some way. So the anxiety that has been or is being experienced is because someone is being led to open their heart in a way that they're not used to, or they've done it before and they feel like things didn't work out in their favor. Did I show y'all the card? Because you got this woman here with all this green energy. She's standing outside in what looks like a forest. And she's holding her hand over her heart. So this is telling me there's been a heart chakra awakening. And it's giving kind of like a Page of Cups energy where there's someone who's new to this type of an emotional experience and is calling forth emotional expression in a way that they're not the most comfortable with. But again, being led to get out of that comfort zone. And then I go to pick up the Garden and the Gate card, and I picked up 2 cards instead. Underneath the Garden and the Gate is the Thinking Woman. So you definitely got someone here that is I forgot to get my money out my bra because it is sticking me, and baby, that is uncomfortable. Okay. The woman holding the Thinking Woman is influencing this somebody needing to get out of their comfort zone. So like some of you may have some woman or some feminine energy who has had a influence, like I said, like a teacher or a mentor that's influencing you to get out of your comfort zones. Stop trying to do things the way that you've always done them, because clearly that shit ain't working. And even if it is working for you, it's keeping you where or near you've already been. But in order to expand your horizons and expand your capacity to receive more and be more, this is an energy that is influencing that change, that transformation. And underneath the Thinking Woman is the solar plexus, that confidence, that life force energy that is needed to make this move, that is needed to be made. So this is somebody who is encouraging another to shine their light, to step forward more confidently and feel like they can conquer the world and have the energy to do it, right? So that's the solar plexus, represented by the by the color yellow. We got the number 37 here, which breaks down to a 10. Somebody's definitely being pushed to have the confidence to close out a cycle in their life and move forward with the vitality to see it through. And underneath the solar plexus is her counterpart, the Thinking Man, represented by the number 46, which breaks down to a 10. So you got 1010 here, which may be significant to you all as an angel number as well. And underneath the Thinking Man is the woman holding the heart. The feminine energy that's showing up here is influencing the masculine energy to be more generous and open-hearted. So if we're not talking about counterparts, we could be talking about one individual who's working with their masculine and feminine energy, and how that is showing up underneath the woman holding the heart was the Sun card. The best card in the deck: happiness, fulfillment, creative energy, sexual energy, enlightenment. So somebody is clear on what's going on. They are not in the dark, because when the sun is shining on the things, it is very clear what's happening. At the top of the deck with the Priestess of the light, we have abundance, represented by the number 28. I'm telling you, the door to abundance looks like confidently taking some decisive action, getting over this anxiety and fear, and opening one's heart to move forward into a new chapter. And another 10, represented by the number 28, which breaks down to a 10. You got Lakshmi here with abundance, fortune, wealth, and plenty. This is reminding me of this song, Good and Plenty by, hold on. I gotta remember who is by. Is it by Masego? Alex Isley, I think. Say you have me. Yep. Alex Isley, Masego, and Jack Dine, whoever that is. Oh, taste and see. Okay. The lyrics say, take up some space, you're too far away. Make no mistake, I think you should stay. You'll get every little bit, you ain't never seen a drip like this. Heaven at your fingertips, don't you let a minute slip. Just say you'll have me, oh taste and see. Hope you don't sleep on me, I've got good and plenty. Inhabit all the spaces in between. It's magic when I taste your inner being. An average day is spent all in the sheets. Empathic when I tell you what you mean to me. I hope they meant empathic and they just spelled it wrong. Chemistry, intimate memories. Every time I give you all of me. Energy, emphasis, never sleep. Say you'll have me. Oh, taste and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. I don't recall that part in the hook, but that's the hook of the song. I've got good and plenty. So yeah, this is speaking to like this situation where this person's being encouraged to take up space, to show up as who you are. Don't be afraid. You know, in life we have these experiences where we feel like a burden. Like our experiences or the way people have responded to us in different situations makes us feel like we're burdened and we're afraid to take up space. We're afraid to speak up. We're afraid to speak out. We're afraid to like speak our truth and show up in our authentic, as our authentic selves. But we are unlearning that shit so that we can be who God created us to be and do the things that we were created to do with the people we have been created to do them with. And that requires taking up space. And sometimes taking up space looks like doing things and saying things that others won't be pleased with or about. But that's okay. Again, in the same vein of giving up this whole idea of things being perfect, having all the money and all the things and all the people, you know what I'm saying, to support your endeavors, just being grateful for things being the way they are and blooming where you're planted, so to speak, and taking up space. So we got a situation where somebody feels like the other is too far away. They don't want them to go. They want them to stay. You'll get every little bit. You ain't never seen a drip like this. Heaven at your fingertips. Don't you let a minute slip. Just, yeah, that's very sexual. That's a very sexual, passionate energy coming forward. It's just saying like, I'm not gonna skimp on the love making, the passionate expression. It's gonna be like heaven at your fingertips. Oh, taste and see. Hope you don't sleep on me. Don't sleep. Again, don't take for granted that which is being the option, the opportunity that is being presented for the sake of not wanting to get out of your comfort zone, not wanting to close the door on some things and evolve and grow, because there's abundance present here, and there's a shift from poverty consciousness to abundance consciousness taking place that is grounding physical, tangible abundance, fortune, wealth, plenty. But we all have free will, right? So by way of getting over this fear, having confidence to open somebody's heart, to open their heart, they're going to move forward with bright heart light, open connections represented by the number 18, which breaks down to a 9, closing out those chapters into a new chapter with the number 28, abundance. This is a whole new cycle of having more than enough. Love, support, peace, rest, fun, like all the things. 18 may be significant as that has come out twice at this point. At the bottom of the deck, we have, not only are you going to have the abundance, but you're going to have the cosmic, ancestral, angelic support to sustain and achieve, maintain the abundance. Because at the bottom of the deck, you have angelic assistance, divine guidance, and loving support. So this is having an angel on this side or angels on this side, support, soul family, people who vibrate at an angelic frequency that show up for you and provide love and support and hold space when needed. And also having that from the angelic realm, the ancestral realm, because whatever this is, which looks like a union, it's divinely supported. And it's, I'm hearing, very divinely protected. So that's dope. I'm going to close y'all out with a message from the Soulful Woman deck. Underneath angelic assistance is sacred action. Second time action has showed up in this reading. Somebody is going to be, or being led to, up to this point, to follow their heart and take sacred action. Understand that when it comes to taking sacred action, there are people who are not on the path. They have no idea what the fuck you talking about, that you may like share your ideas with and shit, and they like, what? Don't expect them to understand. Don't expect them to support you. Their opinions and their input does not matter, because this is sacred action. This is you being decisive about what steps you need to take, because it is direction being provided to you by way of your relationship with the divine. One thing for certain, and two things for sure that I have learned: people are too, I don't even know what word I want to use to describe this, but in essence, what I'm trying to say is your relationship with the divine ain't nobody else's fucking business. Like, the way as a human race, we're so comfortable with asking somebody about their religious practice or their spiritual practice or what they believe, and trying to impose what we believe onto them and all of that. It's highly disrespectful. It's too personal. And it's very egoic of people to think that they can impose their religious or spiritual beliefs on another, and they have the blueprint for how it should be. So like, when I'm rapping with people, I don't typically ask them what their religious or spiritual beliefs are. If we're vibrating on the same frequency, the shit gonna come up in conversation anyway. And then I don't go trying to convince them of anything. I just speak my truth. You know what I'm saying? I have no judgment for if you believe something else or you don't believe something. I never forget, I was talking to somebody that was atheist, and when they revealed to me that they were atheists, it's like they were waiting on me to say something that would be offensive so that they could defend themselves. And I was like, okay, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I have no judgment. I ain't got a heaven or hell to push you in. But I'm saying all that just to say that when it comes to this decisive focus and sacred action represented by the number 17, which breaks down to an 8, and it looked like a jaguar in this picture, and they've been coming up a lot, jaguar energy. You're gonna have to do whatever it is that you're being led to do, even if you don't have support from people in this realm when it comes to making that move, taking that sacred action. They don't know the plan that God has for your life. They were not given the vision. You know what I'm saying? That seed that's been planted in you, that passion that you feel, they don't feel it. They ain't got it. They don't understand. They ain't meant to understand. They may understand after you reap this harvest and you accept this abundance that's being given to you. They might think you was on to something then, but right now they don't get it, and that's fine. That's perfectly fine. This ain't got shit to do with them. It really ain't none of their business, right? But you got somebody being led to take that decisive action and follow their heart. I'm closing this out with the Soulful Woman deck. Okay then. So we have one card to fall out. It fell on top of sacred action, abundance, and anxiety. And the card that fell out is the number 26, because this is your abundance. 8 represent abundance. And it's heart healing. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. This is somebody becoming the Holy Grail, seeing their own worth and their cup running over, to the point where not only do they love themselves from a healthy space, but also having the capacity to love another by way of their overflow. So whatever is being led to transpire and take form, whatever is being birthed here, as you all are stepping into the new year, part of the abundance, the harvest that you're receiving is heart healing. Healing those emotional wounds that have kept you bound up to this point. Somebody's really being led to liberate themselves emotionally and have the courage to take this journey that's going to bring personal awakening and a deeper relationship, not only with themselves, within themselves, but with another. So you got heart healing. At the top of the deck is shining bright, represented by the number 18. What did I tell you? That with that solar plexus energy, somebody is really being led to shine their light, to be confident in their gifts and who they are and how they're being led to show up in this world, and not do it in like a timid, docile way. No, show the fuck up. Stand on business. Speak how you feel and what you feel, and stand on it. Be rooted in it. Be grounded in it. I shine my light and allow my creative power to burn bright. So somebody's definitely stepping up, and like I said, we're getting out of the comfort zone. Guess what's at the bottom of the deck? So you're being led to get out of your comfort zone with the garden and the gate. And then at the bottom of the deck here, you have the number 31, being with discomfort. The divine is trying to show somebody just how safe and held in the bosom of the divine mother they are. Because with being with discomfort, it says, at times of discomfort, I courageously seek my soul essence, which is clear, pure, and luminous. Stepping out of your comfort zone, it's going to be uncomfortable, but it's going to be so fucking rewarding. And that's going to grant you opportunities for the divine to show you just how much God fucks with you. You know what I'm saying? Gonna blow your mind how every time you think something is going wrong and your nerves get bad, God gonna send a miracle to show you. See, I told you, you mine. I told you I got you. Your ancestors gonna show up. I told you good. I told you straight. Chill out, calm down. You got work to do, and the work that you're meant to do is blessed. So every time you think you're gonna get uncomfortable, we're going to come through and soothe you. We're going to come through and ease your mind. But you have to take those steps first. You got to take that leap. You got to get out of your comfort zone so that we can show you just how held you are, right? I'm going to read the message of heart healing to close us out. With compassion for myself and a thoughtful attitude towards what hurts me, what's hurt me, I am ready to help heal any hurts to my heart. Keeping my heart healthy and open is a priority for me. Through the work of heart healing, I learned to listen more deeply to my intuition, feelings, and instincts. I discover what I need to do to honor and care for my body, mind, and spirit. I become more attuned to my inner soul prompts. In the course of healing my heart, I may even discover a new direction in life, guided by a new knowledge of myself, both the dark and the light sides of me. That shadow work that y'all been doing up to this point, the way you have been able to see yourself mirrored to you in other people and the relationships that you have, that awareness that you have, that damn, everything that's going on outside of me is a reflection of what's going on within me, is going to pay off. So keep it up, buttercup. But there's an affirmation that comes with this message, and it says, my courageous healing journey brings me that's the message that's on the card. My courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. How dope is it to have a connection with someone or have connections, because it could be like that with your friends too. It don't have to be a romantic relationship, but to know that the more you invest in those connections and get over your fears and allow yourself to be vulnerable and show up as your authentic self, that you're actually pouring into something that's going to grow a beautiful harvest, that's going to support you, that's going to heal you, that's going to provide you medicine, that's going to provide you a cheerleading section, that's going to provide you a shoulder to lean and cry on. Like, how dope is that, coming from experiences where you've been abandoned and neglected and rejected and refused, held down and talked shit about, you know what I'm saying, oppressed and offended, to have people who will defend you and pour into you and ultimately love on you. So I hope this message found y'all well. If it did not find you well, I hope that it leaves you well, Virgo. If you're needing a personal reading, feel free to email me at turquoisemajesty@gmail.com. I wish you all the absolute best during this winter solstice. I hope that you're getting the rest and relaxation that you are so deserving of. If you like the content, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you have not already, if you'd like to donate, that information is in the description box. And until next time, y'all, peace.